Well, these are the kind of charts you like to see. Look at this. All right, right here. Picture. This is what we want to see. Could be a spicy entry. Have those levels ready, guys. This is absolutely a top watch for me at market open. I mean, this is already in these two candles, 20%. This stock was on the watch list today. We are up 50% from that watch list entry. And what was beautiful about this one is, would you look where it bounced? We're green, baby. We are green this morning. This is how you make money. That's 28% in 3 minutes. I mean, can't get any easier than that, right? Are you guys able to hear now? I don't know what's going on with my mic. I will wait and make sure that you guys could hear me before I do anything else. I'm watching the comments. I know it's delayed by like 20 seconds. So I think that it's fixed. No, I see my green light. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. All right. Sorry, guys. This mic is a little goofy. I have a new mic and I'm not sure why it just randomly doesn't work sometimes. I didn't switch anything. All right. Anyway, so yesterday I already deleted all the writing, but our put entries we had for yesterday paid probably up to 100 to 200% the first time we lost. Are set up for puts, and the second time a good 200 to 300% on the day trades. Really, really fantastic trades yesterday. Very enjoyable. A lot of sell off, and just what they worked out well. Those levels worked out well. So I'm deleting everything here. Let's put on the hourly chart and look at some stuff. So obviously, first thing I'm seeing is this area right here, which is about right where we're at right now. So I'm watching this area here as well as our pre-market low. Those are a couple areas I'm watching. We did gap up. Not necessarily gap up, but we did uptrend at market open. We did come down, fill that gap from market close yesterday. So we don't have anything to worry about in that area here. These two lines pretty much what we have established on the 1 hour here are fill what we've our variance for pre-market. So that's definitely something to watch in this area here. And then a couple support areas that I'm definitely looking at are here. And then our wick low from yesterday, or pre-market, after hours yesterday, and then up at this area here and here. All right. So how would we play this today? Let's see. Let's check this out. All right. So for me, obviously on the very first thing is, what is going now? We've got a locked cursor. Okay, there we go. So obviously for the bullish entry, I want to see that break in that hold of 409, and we'll even say the 409.97. We're going to pull it up a little bit. So the 410, a break and hold of 410 is where I like that bullish entry. For some strong bullish movement. Remember that in the first impulsive push, we could get some some bull traps. We could push back over that. If you take that initial push, it might be a nice strong move and that impulsive move, but it could come right back down. So you want to see that impulsive move, the retest, and then taking entry. But we've got that 410 area, and then we've got this 408 area. I know that's a pretty wide spread. So on the put side, I'm looking at this area. This is a pretty important area right there. at the top of these wicks, right around this area here. So what I'm watching is this is our put entry area with a break and a hold. However, with this area here, and I mean on both sides for the most part, but especially on this downtrend here, we need to watch because the second level, right? Oh my gosh, I always put the backwards area on. We're going to pick up some major support on this area here. So we do have quite a few levels of resistance and support that are pretty contained between the 407 and the 412 area, simply because we've had so much volatility, and we had CPI. But the major area we're going to have a lot of trouble breaking through, as you could see, is this area right in here. As I was talking about with noticing that this indicator is on Webull now, because I do use it on TradingView, I will pop it up. And as you can see, we're going to have some really, really rough waters on the uptrend because there's a lot of volume buildup in that area. So just something to definitely keep your eye on, from that bullish break area all the way up to like 410.75. It's going to be some rough seas moving through that. I don't think it's going to be a clean and strong movement that that we're hoping for. And then if we do get that break on the uptrend, I'm watching these 3 wicks. We got this little triple top here. So that's another level of confluence we're going to be looking at there. A break over that, and I do think we test that 411, which isn't, it's only $1 from 410 to 411, but we have 411, 412, 412.40, and 413.84. All right, so those are the levels we're looking at for the most part here, and I'll even pop a light on this 406.57. So in the contained range, that's the levels we're looking for our day trades today, with retests, of course. So if we were to break back up above our red entry level line and break back below it, these ring true for the day. Like yesterday, we had our line right about here. And I mean, this was such a perfect setup for puts. It was the loss of this line right here. And it was such really clean movement on that. So let's go to the top runners of the day. All right. We have SABs here that just broke out pretty quickly just a few minutes ago. And I immediately want to put a fibs on that because it does look like we're around that golden fibs area. So that is the area I want to watch. All right. And I want to establish that 73 cents is the area we're watching. So I want to break and hold of that area, really is what I'm looking at for secondary entry on this. But a lot of times these impulsive pushes at market open like this can just die off the whole day. So instead of that 73-cent entry, I would even go as far up as I want to see above 76 for an entry. I'm not immediately going to take it at that 73 cents. I want 76.5 cents for our entry. A break and hold of that. We have AUDD, which has been selling off for most of the morning after an epic rip right at market open. We do have a couple support levels I am watching. One is right here, which we have slipped below after it holding up most of pre-market. We have slipped below it, so that would be where I would look for my entry, would be above that 96 to 97 cents right there. Actually, it's 99 cents. So I would 99-cent entry is what I'm looking at. Longer line, so it goes all the way through. All right. So that's my entry line. Break and hold at 97 cents. As far as volume goes, I want to see volume with decent volume. 800. We had 800K in 5 minutes at 6 o'clock this morning. So that should tell us I want to see 5 million plus the first couple minutes. In order to think we get that continuation with that nice strong volume. CXAI is our next one, and this one is flagging up a little. This one looks very bullish. Where we're at right now, this looks like it wants to have some continuation. It's having nice stair steps up. We've got a couple levels here. We broke up, found some resistance and support, or some support pickup right here, and then had a next leg up. So this wick high, original wick high right here is where we wanted to see support pickup, and we saw it. So at this point here, we're looking for above 272 is what I'm looking at for my entry, right about 272. Of course, when I give these entries, it's not only the support and resistance. We need to consider volume, inflow, everything like that. I will flip back to these charts, as you guys know, but those are the main things I am looking at overall in pre-market is simply the trend patterns, and I'm looking volume, everything else after that. We are starting to get some volume coming in. This another one, we should get at least 5 million the first couple candles is what I'm looking for on this one. So again, we have SABS. We're looking for that breaking that hold of 76 cents. AUDD, we're looking for 99 cents. CXAI, we're at $2.72. Now we need to get to GFAI, the epic monster of the last 2 weeks right here. We have traded this from $5 on up over and over and over the last few days. Just doesn't stop. Really, really strong movement on this one. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. And these trend lines are actually, I'm not even paying attention to those right now. So we have a couple areas I'm definitely looking at, and one is right where we're at right now, obviously, because we're starting to try to pick up support. But I'm watching this area right here, and then this area down here, this low from pre-market before that nice strong push. Those two areas in particular, we are just on uptrend. I mean, on the 15-minute chart, it's long-term uptrend from many bullish moves across the way. We've had enough sell-off in this area here where if I would put a fibs on it would be from this area up. But the stair steps are still in place. I'm watching this wick high from after hours or from the end of the day yesterday. So I want to see that breaking at hold of our 34.95, which we're about right there right now. So I'm looking at, I would say $35 would be my entry at that point. I would want to see a break above that wick high. We did impulsively break over it once. We came back down. We're sliding below it right now. We'll wait and see what happens with that at that level. There's our 2-minute bell. I always have an alarm in case I'm not streaming. And so yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to go to our recently viewed again because we have those all up, ready to go. And let me pop. We got time for one more chart. Let me see here. Netflix is one I've been playing a lot. So let's chart some Netflix. Let's delete all this. See what we're looking at today at market open. So obviously, first of all, we've got this. This resistance support area here, as well as on this bottom here. This is what I'm watching for the most part is this trend channel here. And we are kind of hitting our head at the top of it at this moment here. If I put on the 5-minute chart, obviously I want to see that break of that 341.90. We had some strong pickup of support. We're up about $9 pre-market. Very strong pickup of support. After losing these bottoms, we had an impulsive breakdown. We came back up. We retested. We do have lower highs as far as these wicks. Over 343, I'm turning pretty bullish. We had a lot of resistance in this area here. And as we broke above that, that was a major, major zone. And it's right where we're at right now. So I'm looking at this Netflix above 341.90 as a call entry and play it from there. As far as on the upside, the market had quite a rip pre-market, which to me, I'm definitely a little bit hesitant for continuation. However, we shall see what the opening bell brings. We got the opening bell in just a few seconds here. Sorry, I dropped my AirPod, guys. All right, there we go, back in my ear. So let's go to our top gainers, and we'll watch those as the market opens. I'm going to flip through those, see if any of these hit entries. All right, so CXAI already hit that 272 entry immediately, and we're already up to 294. So we're already up 7 to 8% on this trade immediately. Immediately, we have 8% just hit on that. That was quite the impulsive candle right there. We want to see this. We want to see it build back up to about 2/3 of this candle. We want to see it hold this area here over the next minute to minute and a half. We want to see our price level back up above that 290 in order to believe that continuation is possible, or else it could just be one of those strong rips where you better have that hotkey ready to buy, to sell and to buy on those type of candles here. CXA AUDD also broke our 91 cent entry. We're up to about $1.04, 5%, 6% right there already. First candle and pushing. So again, that's 66% here. For me personally, this is where I'll automatically sell 50% to 75% of my position and lock up some of those gains and make sure that I am protecting the money that I have in this trade, because there's no guarantees it holds up. So CXAI is fighting that candle right here. GFAI broke our 35, so that's another entry there. Immediate entries on all three today, with continuation. So it just definitely, we need to see a break and a hold of like 38.50 over the next couple minutes here in order to believe this continuation is possible. That's definitely what we want to see there. All right, AUDD is having some trouble breaking back up and holding that area here. CXAI doesn't know what it wants to do. Let's pop on that minute chart here. I do like where it's at for continuation. There we go. There's a nice strong candle. We want to break that 295 and break up over $3 in the next minute or two. A lot of volatility on this one. 8 mil. All right, so at this point here with AUDD, if we pick up support anywhere around this area here and then start breaking back up, I like the entry when we break back up over 95 cents. Oh, let's pop the SPY. All right, couple indecision candles. Wait and see what the next couple minutes bring here. And Netflix is already attempting that entry. I don't necessarily like entry after a candle close like that. I want to see what the next couple candles do before we would take an entry. And then the comparisons, Netflix is attempting to flip green while the SPY has a pretty nasty sell-off candle, which tells me if the SPY does start to get a little bit of bullish pressure behind it, Netflix should push pretty strong. So far, it's outperforming the SPY. So there was that Netflix call entry. I didn't give you guys which one. I'd like the 350 at $1.20 would be the one. These have to, and this impulsive candle first is very, very, very high risk, especially with what the SPY's doing. I will let you know if and when I take an entry. That is the contract I would take, is the 350 at $1.15. It's at $1.15 right now. Again, I want to see what the SPY does in conjunction with Netflix over the next couple minutes. The SPY's attempting to pop right back up. Netflix doesn't know what it wants to do yet. We did get that bullish impulsive breakout. I would love to see a pullback to right about here, and then a push back up. That's what I personally want to see. And I don't even mind a pullback to these wick highs in this area here. So I want to see a pullback into this range, and then a green push back up. We might not get that much of a pullback, and that's okay. That's just what I personally like to look for. SPY's pushing right back up again. All right, so there's that Netflix. So there's the entry right there. That's when you take that entry. Second, because we had the impulsive push out, the retest, secondary impulsive push out. And so that's 100% when I take an entry. However, like I talk about often, you need to be ready to buy and sell with quickness. I don't like these type of exhaustion candles for entry unless we get a secondary continuation candle immediately following it. So if you filled on Netflix at that break of our entry zone here, it's pushing quick. So I am Hold on, because I always take the option trades with you guys. So I got to watch my contracts too so I can make sells. All right, what a candle there. Sheesh. All right. I mean, we're already at $1.50. We're already at well over 20% up just on that one candle there. I sold one. I got to fill it at $1.48. Sorry, $1.47. And I have 2 left. I have 3 total. And then again, the reason I went with Netflix and because when I was flipping to the SPY staying neutral / slightly bearish as Netflix is pushing up. Very, very strong indication for Netflix. So at this point here, I'm actually going to sell a second contract because I don't like the SPY dumping. I think that that's very, very dangerous when the SPY's dumping as heavy as it is. And those are a couple exhaustion candles on Netflix. Sold one at 155 for my second sell. Very nice, 40 cents, almost 35% right there. These are strong candles, guys. That's why I try to give you the entry level versus the contract price when it's moving like this. On Thursday on 0 DTEs, I have to give you the level versus the contract price because you got to be ready ahead of time to take that entry because just those 30 seconds from when you're getting the video, because we're on YouTube, can really, really hurt you. So we locked up 2 here. I got 15% and almost 30% on the 2. I have 1 left. And this one I will let breathe down to our box. Because either way, I'll have some profitability at that point. So right about here. Let's check what the SPY's doing. We need to see the SPY pick back up or Netflix will be DOA. It'll be a scalp and that's it. So our bearish entry point where we want to see the bounce. We're watching now. We slipped that candle below. We're starting to push back up. All right. So we want to watch this area here. And like I said, this would be my call entry on the push back up. All right. But if we start to dip again pretty quick, it could be that put entry's ready. So we're bouncing right off that zone. We know our zones. We've established these zones. We've got our red zone there. And we're watching it. We'll see what happens. I like to see it push back up. This should protect Netflix a little bit as it is. Google's another one absolutely ripping. This one never lost support. It threatened to lose support on these couple wicks here, but to try to play this down to like 104.30, 104.40, we had a couple candles here flirt. I was so close to going Google bear call on Google. It puts something like that. But as you can see, this trend line that established never lost support. It's very, very bullish now. If we break, because there's so much junk and FUD in here that when we broke over that with authority, to me, that's very, very strong. I want to see that break and that hold over that wick high of 107.80. And I do think we get some strong movement from Google today, looking very bullish at the moment. Doesn't mean it'll stay. What a rip candle on the SPY. Let's see what Netflix is doing now. My charts are a little delayed. Still didn't get to that wick high. That's okay. So we did hit our SPY call entry right here. If you took SPY calls, again, doesn't matter contract. I gave you the entry price. That 30-second delay is going to hurt everybody if you're not taking it based off those levels. But if you did, you're probably up about 5, 6, 7% right now. Please protect your profits. Already establishing a little bit of a trend line here on the SPY. I'm looking at this line right here. A little bit of downtrend, nothing bullish for the most part, making me, making my socks come off at this point. I mean, I'm sorry, but lower highs on every single candle. That was a very, very exhaustion bullish candle. So we want to see this candle. We don't want to give up more than 2/3. We want to see this candle stay above that area here to continue bullish. Netflix is hanging out. It's almost bear flagging up a little bit. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. $36.90 on GFAI from our $35 entry, about $1.90, 4 to 5%. Not terrible, not great. But I think that we could see some more out of this one. It's starting to become a social media stock, though, guys. You got to be careful. Everybody's talking about it. We know what happens with those stocks. Be careful, please. All right. Top gainers of the day. Let's check our charts. So our SABs did hit our entry at 76 cents, hit 82 cents, 6 cents on 7.6. You hit about 7-8% on that. It's probably really tough to sell. That's some wicked Wicked Wicks there. Wicked Wicks of the West, huh? So AUDD selling off, and CXAI is looking beautiful. We had 272 entry. We hit 310 for 38 cents. So that's about already 12 to 13, 14% on CXAI based on our level. This was the one I said was the strongest that I like this morning. Back to the SPY. We're trying to break out of that resistance line. If you took your SPY calls, you should be up 15%-ish when taking that call entry we gave. Netflix still trading a little sideways. SPY is now outperforming Netflix, so we shall see what the day brings. Again, that's about 10 to 15% on SPY, depending on your entry price on those calls. And I think that now if we break this wick high and we hold this wick high break right here, I think we test this area here. We'll see, though. That's what I'm looking at, but we need to break over our wick high right here. We already have set up a double top. We need that continuation. There goes Netflix. Pushing up a little bit. GFAI is trying to push back up a little bit, and Google cannot break our zone. Let's see what happens with Google here. All right. Yeah, heavy resistance on that little double top. That's why these are scalps. Take your money and run every time. We scalping. I do still have a Netflix call. All right. Let's check our top gainers one more time. See what's going on with these. Sell off. CSAI 334 from our 272 entry. Almost 20%. Actually 20% there. Exactly. So not bad. I'll take it. That's fantastic. We're up about 22% on CXAI here. What a nice rip. This was the one I liked the best too, as I stated as we went over the charts. Very, very nice. On that note, I'm going to flip to Discord right now so we can find some good trades over on Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, be sure to join us right here. You will see discord.gg/pennyboys. DM myself, Amma Jamma, or OG Nikki if you would like to join us for live trade in the Discord. That's where the big bangers are. We had a 300% SPY yesterday. We had 150% Netflix. Come join us there. Bye.